400 University Avenue is a 25-story building that has helped serve the office space needs of downtown Toronto since its construction in 1970. With roughly 1,800 windows, its 360,000 square feet is home to many prominent Toronto businesses. And to ensure the tenant satisfaction, Crown Realty Partners, owner of 400 University, is always looking to improve both the efficiency and the aesthetics of the building. One component with maximum impact and definitely ready for an upgrade is the glass. Replacing windows is a fairly routine procedure nowadays, but when you're talking about replacing over 1,800 of them around a 25-story, fully occupied building, you can throw routine out the window. Quality, experience, and track record were the requirements needed by Crown Realty, and they didn't have to look far. Just a stone's throw away is another significant downtown structure, the Toronto City Hall, which recently had its windows replaced by C3 Polymeric. Definitely the company to take on the challenge of 400 University Avenue.
My name is Rob Wood, president of C3 Polymeric. We were involved in this project getting back to around 2012. They were going through some feasibility analysis at the time, and they wanted to have an idea what we thought the different options they were evaluating would cost.
Well, it really started with a water penetration issue, and that was more through the spandrel panels than the windows themselves. And once we started looking at having to do that part of the project, we were also involved in a modernization of the whole building, and we were looking at redoing this lobby here. We were upgrading common corridors, common washrooms, and then you also look at the systems and the sustainability and improving the efficiency of the building through double pane windows and better glass.
There were studies on the building dating back almost 10 years, looking at the curtain wall, coming up with different options of how it could be retrofit. They looked at a full removal and replacement. The downside to that is obviously cost. You can imagine trying to rip a wall off the building while it's fully occupied. On the other end of the scale, they looked at more just of a retrofit of the existing window system. There were areas and there were seals that were really hard to access. It was never designed to be taken off the wall and fixed. It was designed to be installed and stay there really for the life of the building.
Every job of this magnitude has its fair share of prying eyes, but there is a special tenant residing within the confines of 400 University that will ensure everyone is on top of their game.
Here, of course, is the Ministry of Labour's head office is in the building, so you had to be on your tiptoes at all times.
And although the crew from C3 might have that added pressure of the ministry keeping a closer than normal eye on the job, they won't let that hamper their progress.
About late March, we were awarded the contract, came up with a concept that has basically what we're seeing here, which is allowing us to glaze the entire project without removing the existing windows. That was one of the big selling points to the client, is that we'd never be exposing their interior space to the outside. Allows us to go a little bit quicker, a little bit better quality control on things, and certainly from an occupant standpoint, it's nice not to have that interaction with the exterior environment.
Projects of this nature require an incredible amount of planning. Mock-ups and reviews are of course a big part of the procedure. So after numerous planning sessions, it was time for the technical mock-up to make sure every millimeter is accounted for.
What we're trying to do here is reclad an existing building, and because of the nature of the building and the way it was installed, we had to come up with a system that takes into account the subframe that's there.
But you still have a bit of a gap here.
And at the same time give us the performance that we require for the new job. The new high level air seal, water seal, and of course the new look.
We literally received the material in our shop on Monday, Tuesday this week. Spent a couple days fabbing them up, and out here today seeing how everything fits together. Assuming everything's good, we'll put in a big order for the material and off to the races.
Yeah, so as we go, This one here is sitting properly. Yeah, that's 3 inches smack on. That's good.
The technical mock-up fulfills all expectations, and the project is all systems go. It's time to replace all 1,800 windows.
The procedure is we set up Fracco units as elevated work platforms on the building to complete our work. On every Fracco unit we had like 4 to 5 workers working all the time.
The key fast, and the owners of course want things to be not only proper, but at the same time they want to cover this thing quickly, one of the big requirements.
While time is of the essence, getting the job done right is paramount.
Trim it down a little.
So that when the frame gets indexed in the corner, we're going to keep this as flush as possible.
The process begins with the shaving down of the existing panels so that the new panels sit flush against them, creating a perfect seal from the unforgiving elements of an